I am Captain Mocha of the USS Fantasy. I am the last known survivor of this ship. Moments ago, we were hit with an array of photon torpedoes and phaser blasts on the front of our ship that wiped out all life support systems and nearly destroyed the ship. Destroyed the entire crew. Commanding Officer James Jackie Gray and Science Officer Dave Spud were both taken, never to be seen again. I alone captained this starship, out to complete this mission alone, all by myself. Yeah, come on. What's up, man? I'm surprised you're here first. Usually we get Wolfman up in here. Usually not Lily, Lee is first. For the pre-show, nothing really going on. We're just chilling. We're gonna do things a little bit different today. We're still gonna review the show as usual. Review the 5 episodes of the anime. K-Man? I remember you said, come on, man. Come on, man. Alright, K-Man, I'll do it your way. Just for you. Just for you. So I thought, instead of doing philosophy questions, I thought I'd just continue a book that I was reading. So let's get this on until the show starts, because I mean, there's nothing really crazy going on right now. Thanks, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. K-Man. K-Man. Ostracism versus punishment. When I say that the philosopher does not punish you, I do not mean that your level of rationality has no effect on its responses. The philosopher will studiously avoid privately engaging with anti-rational individuals in the same way that he avoids doing business with a known counterfeiter, since all such interaction merely legitimizes the ignorant and the corrupt. I don't pretend to play tennis with someone who shows up with a hockey stick and a broken flashlight. Public debates are another matter entirely. Engaging with anti-rational individuals in a public forum can be wonderfully instructive to the audience, especially now in the age of the internet, when the audience can easily run into the many millions. A philosopher enters a debate with the assumption that his partner respects reason and evidence. If you reject reason, you waste a philosopher's time, and he will not likely give you more of it. Just as a cook won't give you another serving if you keep throwing his food into the garbage, the philosopher may also encourage other people to not waste their time on you, which may have the effect of removing you from public forums and debate platforms. This may seem shocking to some, but it is no different from what we all did as children when a particular playmate would break the rules, or whine, or play too violently. He would not be invited next time, at least until he reformed his bad behavior. This form of ostracism is not an act of aggression, but rather exclusivity. If you don't let anyone in the neighborhood use your car, you are not stealing from them. Rather, you assert the exclusive use of your own property. Kissing a woman against her will is never the moral equivalent of the woman who decides not to go out with you. The first example initiates aggression. The second asserts her right to the exclusive use of herself. People often complain about the ostracism that can result from public displays of immaturity, as if it was some form of censorship or aggression. This is a little more than verbal abuse used to avoid the negative consequences of one's own bad behavior. It is viewed by even the remotely wise as an extension of the bad behavior that earned the ostracism in the first place. Ah, Lee, just having little crumpets and tea by the, I was gonna say by the fireplace, but it's fucking hot, dude. Fucking 90 degrees out up in here, man. Fuck California. We just chilling before the show. Feel free to engage in the chat if you'd like. 6 o'clock, we start sharp. We're gonna get this ship on the road here. If you heap verbal abuse on an acquaintance, and that acquaintance no longer wishes to be associated with you, calling him a censorous fascist. That sounds like such an insult. You censorous fascist! Is merely a continuation of the abuse that severed the potential friendship in the first place. This type of retaliatory behavior is actually a subtle signal sent out to draw in other bad actors and enlist their support. The resulting feeding frenzy of verbal abuse and public smearing should make it clear to everyone exactly who the bad actors are. But unfortunately, this rarely happens. Oh, Russell, what's up, man? Hey guys, last time I only got to episode 3, but now I'm all caught up. Hey, cool, Russell. As you join in on this soon-to-be shit show, I'm the only one manning this fantasy ship, this USS Fantasy today, here to complete the mission by myself, as I have no other crew members with me today because they've all been overtaken by the Fagians. But we're going to have a good time anyway. We're going to have a better time than with Jackie Gray and Dave Spud. He's not even the Axe Warrior. Or David. He's just Dave Spud. David. David had asked me the other day. We were hanging out on... the tragedy of Cinco de Mayo. That's why nobody's here today. The... what did I call it? The Cinco shit show, for one. Cinco de tragedy. Cinco de alcohol. Cinco de drinko, man. That's what I'm saying. Woo! Oh boy. But anyway, we were all calling him David. All 6 of us. And David, he just turned to me and he was like, will I ever get the I in my name back? And we were like, no, David. No, you will not. Dave Spud? Yes, K-Man. The Fagians. They're a brutal race. Violently ass-raped James and David. I'm just kidding. When the sophist sharks attack the innocent, the moral in general, people often back away for fear of being bitten in the same way. This momentary appeasement may save the day, but loses the future. It merely reinforces the successful social strategy of attacking someone whose integrity caused you to humiliate yourself. You may save yourself in the moment, but the sharks only grow stronger and breed. Like it's some fucking alien show, alien movie. What's up, ladies, man? Man, I haven't seen you on this show for a little while, man. I gotta put your name down, Mocha Member, up in here. Got your Mocha membership back. Let's see. The argument and enforcement. Oh, this should be good. Society has rules, some good, some bad, because no society can operate without rules. A central philosophical question is, how are these rules to be justified and enforced? If the philosopher fails to answer this question, or if his answer is rejected by society, then there is, extraordinarily rapidly, no such thing as society anymore. Man, Lee, I want some ice cream too. Oh my god, we almost got Cold Stone the other day. I had no idea that they needed their ice cream in dough. I always thought that it was just gooey ice cream, but no, they actually put dough in that shit. Yeah, I want ice cream after this. We should all get ice cream for the show. Society is an aggregation of self-chosen interactions, where people are forced to live in a proximity. They are no longer a society, any more than animals in a zoo can be considered a natural ecosystem. or cellmates can be considered roommates. Rational social rules work best when they are accepted by the vast majority. It would be best if everyone accepted them, but that is unrealistic. And in particular, when those social rules are voluntarily obeyed through moral self-restraint. A free society can deal with a small number of rule breakers. When the number of those who disobey reasonable social rules grows too large, society breaks down. Thus, the primary job of the philosopher is to make social rules rational and comprehensible, offer up a strong case for the rewards of the following them, or make up rewards of following them, and encourage ostracism against those who repeatedly break those rules. When ostracism is used to punish those who break social rules, nothing more needs to be done. That is the simple beauty of ostracism. If you find someone unpleasant or offensive, dissociate from them. If the contents of a magazine are upsetting you, don't lift a finger to pay for it, either directly or indirectly through advertising on the web. If you have a bad date with a woman, don't call her again. Nothing could be easier. Inaction as social enforcement. You can contribute to virtue by having a nap. Yes! I want a nap. Fuck, man. I'm so virtuous, man. I'm like a fucking angel, bro. I nap all fucking day, dude. Civility breaks down. Society and civilization itself breaks down when ostracism is thwarted. All moral rules require a carrot and a stick, because people can be guaranteed to respond to incentives far more than they respond to moral ideals. Where ostracism is thwarted, the value of the argument diminishes. When I was a kid, science teachers used to play the occasional video in the classroom, and the first question we all asked was, "Will this be on the test?" If the answer was no, the necessity of paying attention was diminished. The question that was really being asked was not whether the video material would be on the test, but rather, will I suffer any negative consequences for not paying attention? It works the same way with social rules. However, much we might be inspired by moral abstractions, and virtuous ideals, we remain, as King Lear screamed at the wind, bare forked animals. Most people seek to gain the greatest amount of resources with the least amount of effort. People who win the lottery usually quit their jobs. Our internal algorithms for resource optimization are constantly probing the question, will I suffer any negative consequences for not obeying these rules? Will this be on the test? Business that woo potential customers must provide continual value. The quality of organizations that do not have to woo inevitably degrades. One need only look at the differences in efficiency between a capitalist factory and a communist factory to understand this. If the free market factory fails to provide value, the company goes out of business, and its resources are released for use elsewhere. If a communist factory fails to provide value, it does not go out of business. It just lurches on, zombie-like, until the entire system collapses. As the old saying went in the Soviet Union, they pretend to pay us, and we pretend to work. How do you get the best people to work for you? As an employer, you have to offer benefits, flexibility, higher salary, and other perks. How do you get hired in a free market? By offering more value to your employer than you will consume in salary and expenses. A free society offers the benefits of voluntary cooperation and interaction, and the significant penalty called ostracism. A waiter who pleases his customers keeps his job. A waiter who spits in the soup does not. A business owner protects the value of his business by exercising ostracism against inefficient employees. Marital partners generally promise monogamy. Thus, promise monogamy, thus ostracizing for all time future alternative sexual partners. A cabbie does not generally pick up other customers while you are sitting in his cab. You have paid for the ostracism of other potential customers for the duration of your trip. When you pay for a hotel room, you generally do not wake up with a stranger in the next bed. Aerosmith excluded. You pay for the exclusive use or the ostracism of other potential guests in your hotel room. Shit, we gotta get the show on the road. Time to start this shit.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla to make over a little Krabby Patty, right? Wrong!
What's up, faggots? Man, Lee, jeez, you're just in a rush, aren't you? It's 9 p.m. Come on, Mocha, stop reading this boring-ass book to us. Come on now. And I have to say to that, Lee, it was story time. Come on now. Haven't your mother ever opened up a book to you and read you to sleep? You're right, Russell. It is showtime. Y'all ready to go here. What's up, recall thief? A thief? A thief in the mists. Well, I know that it's almost become a routine now to say to people that Lee sends to here to say, I'm sorry you came. I mean, this stream, we lost our crew. I'm running solo here. I gotta engage the warp drives and do the forward shields and the aft shields myself, man. I gotta run this whole shit by myself today. And that's what we're gonna do. My name is Mocha Recall. This is my kind of homie right here. Where'd you find this little recall thief, Lee? Just my guy. I want to say girl because I see the thumbnail there, but you know I don't want to assume genders up in here. Coming in my stream, farting. Who gives you the right to come in my stream and start farting up all in the chat? Where's your manners, man? Girl. As I said, I am Mocha Fantasy, and this is my anime club, aka Fantasy's Anime Club. And currently we're watching episodes 6 through 10 of Charlotte. My emotions for these episodes, I felt bamboozled, satisfied, but wanting. And I felt depressed, fascinated, and I was deep in thought, very relaxed, transcension at times was my emotion, and also confusion, shock, and wonder. All the good shit. Yes, Lee, I do have a fart kink. I thought I told you never share that with anybody. You lied to me, Lee. That was a little secret I shared to you and only you. And you go around and you're spreading it around like I'll never trust you again, Lee. So today, if you haven't caught on yet, or you're new to what we do here on the Fantasy Anime Club, is it's a live podcast, basically like a book club, but it's for anime. And we watch animes that you suggest, and we come together every Monday night, which usually, like I said, I usually have a crew, but the show must go on. I could not just cancel it on the account of rain for you guys. So we're going to get through this thing, and it won't be the worst stream we've ever done. And today we're going to explore through these episodes together, and I appreciate you joining us and your support of being in the chat and contributing to the stream, because it wouldn't be half as fun without you guys kicking up shit in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone in the chat your day went well. My day was absolutely delicious. Except for Cinco Disaster. That was the term I had. Cinco Disaster is what that was. And I am paying for it today, being all by myself. I had a lovely day. I woke up, the sun was bright, I got work done, and I prepared for this stream, and I edited at Wednesday's episode, so it's not going to come up late like it did last week. I apologize for that. But again, I hope your day was wonderful. And just before we get going, I want to point out the promos that we have, promotions. I got to do this every week. You know I got to. Become a Mocha member. You just join in the chat, you say hello, and just keep up with the anime. That even means that Recall Thief, you are a Mocha member. You've stolen the membership. Just by saying hello in there and letting know that Lee sent you. We all appreciate you helping her get her super duper gold privilege for the month. You know, I should add a tier to the gold privilege where you can either get like you can either get like 5 people into the stream at once for that one stream, and then you get gold privilege, or it's like for the whole month if you get like 15 people, 15 people who aren't Mocha members to say hi in the stream, and the entire month collectively you get gold membership as well. That's a good idea. Better write that shit down, man. Where's my notes? See, collective. Collective joining, I guess. Yes. Anyway, become a Mocha member just by saying hello and being caught up with the anime. And then, Lee, you haven't watched Erased yet? Come on, girl. What are you doing? Have you watched our responses though? Or our afterthoughts? Well, a lot of spoilers in it, so I wouldn't recommend that. You gotta watch Erased. It's good. It's better than Charlotte. This shit. Charlotte shit. Sobering up. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for helping Lee with her privilege. You know, Lee, you already have extra privilege this month. I gave it to you already, just as default. Now, it's because you got those 3 people in there the last day of last month, and I thought I'd give it to you anyway. But if you can get 5, you can get gold privilege. Not that gold privilege even matters anymore. Or not anymore, but not yet. Because we still have to make the cards and get the system going. Which I've changed, by the way. It's not going to be a mail-in thing. Because I don't want to be having to get people's addresses and stuff. I don't even think that would work. I'm going to set up that if you're a gold privileged member, I will email the image of the card to you. Already ready to be printed out. You can either print it out at home on cardstock, or you could send it to like a Copy Max or an Office Max or whatever print place. Print it out yourself and cut out the card, and it'll have your name on the back of the card, on the back of the playing card. That way, it cannot be forged because it has your name on it. And I think that adds a speciality to it too, because you know it's your name. That's so cool. Anyway. Dude, sobering up. Lee is thirsty. Oh my god. She is thirsty, man. Anyway, on top of Mocha member, I've already mentioned it, you can become extra privileged by doing what Lee's trying to do and getting a lot of friends that come in and say hello in the chat. You get extra privileged. And then we're working on getting like an extra gold privilege, because Lee is always, every month is like blowing it out of the water, and we need to be able to give her something for her trouble. So, all for you, Lee. Got all the drink right here. Oh, yeah, man. Are y'all ready to get into this anime today? I think we are. Charlotte, episode 6. Let's get these slides up, huh? Okay, so, episode 6. The title of this episode is Happy You Did Not Notice. I like these titles. Most of the titles are pretty cool. But yeah, overall, this episode, you know, I wasn't really a fan of episode 6, 7, and 8. The only ones I really liked was like 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, because 8, shit goes down. And then 9, they explain it all. And then 10, it's like, alright, let's get in on this shit. But 5 and 7, I wasn't too crazy about. Neither was I, or I'm sorry, 5, 6, and 7, and 4, really. But I'm going to talk about that later, basically. But I do find myself pleasantly surprised, though, in episode 6. Because I underestimated how far they'd go. But then, in reality, I didn't underestimate it, because they ended up... And I'm referring to Ayumi dying, of course. I was like, damn, they got some balls, man. I didn't think they were going to do that. But of course they had to pull that back, which was retarded. Now, so the episode 6 does kind of unfold with the little sister being the main focus. Let's see, but you know, here's the hard part about doing this alone is usually when I'm reading the notes, we've got James and David to start talking, so I might pause a little bit. I'm sorry. Go menacing champagne. But I'm gonna do my best, okay? So Takahito finds in this episode the next person, and it turns out that they suggest it's gonna be Ayumi, and that's the whole premise of the whole show, the whole episode. I mean, now here's the thing that got me though, is when they visit the apartment, the camera. Oh no! The beginning of the episode, and when they visit the apartment, there's this girl. I wonder if I have it in one of these slides. Yeah, this girl. The camera like slides to her ominously and like focuses on her, and it hints towards her involvement. Now, I had thought that we were being deceived, and that like we were supposed to think that Ayumi had the, oh man, what's up, Kevin Marquez? What's up, man? Damn, Lee, you need to stop inviting people to this show. You're gonna like get so much privileges. We're gonna have to make you like a part of the crew or something, cause you're just blowing shit. Well, welcome to the show, Kevin. I hope you watched Charlotte, because if you did, you're already a Mocha member and you just showed up. How'd you do that? You do that so fast. So we're here to think that this girl, I forget her name, or we're here to think that Ayumi has powers, right, off the bat, which was like, okay, well, obviously, it's Ayumi. But then they show this girl, I'm like, oh, okay, alright, they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes, making us think it's Ayumi, but in reality, it's just this purple-haired girl. And so I just thought they were doing terrible at foreshadowing this. And I had written in my notes that the diversion, I felt that all the tension and everything that was going on in the show, that it was kind of mediocre, and it was very straightforward writing, and it just didn't serve. How I gotta put my mind together here. I felt like, oh man, it was like they were hinting that it was this girl so hard that I was like, okay, well, it's this purple hair girl, it's not Ayumi, but the tension in the show was like, it's Ayumi, so it's just gonna be her, and we gotta catch her and stuff. But it turned out to be her. I'm just like, I'm tripping right now, because they thought I was stupid. And so there was a lot of tension in the show. And now, see, when it was revealed that it was Ayumi that had the powers, the power of collapse, it was initiated by the jealous girlfriend, that she became the aggressor and helped activate her powers. Now, I was pleasantly surprised and happily bamboozled. Now, but was the reason why I missed it just simply underestimating, or I underestimated the writing quality, or was it just good writing? And I really am not sure at this point, but they did get me to smile on that point, because it was obviously Ayumi. That's what everyone thought it was, and the tension was there. But they were trying so hard to deceive you and make you think it was the purple-haired girl that I thought I'd beat them at their own game, but no, they got me. And I was very saddened by that. Now I'm going to look at my individual notes, because I have the slides here. See, this is a little bit harder to do without James and David here to cover my ass when I'm talking about these slides here. But oh yeah, it was nice that we didn't have to deal with Ayumi's stupid ass breakfast jokes all the time. Yeah, Lee, of course it made me smile. I mean, no, I was glad that she died. See, I was pissed. In my notes, I even wrote, I was like, okay, if they keep Ayumi dead, I'm gonna increase the score, obviously, because that's some balls right there. That's some good storytelling, and that could have been the drive that brings our anti-hero. I'm still gonna call him an anti-hero, because that's how they set him up. And yet, oh, Lily Page, I thought you had died. What happened to you last week? We were so worried about you. Oh my god. We were like, Lily, she's finally passed on from this world. It's like, she's like Ayumi, there she goes. We gotta go back in time. We gotta go save Lily. That was almost me last week. Damn. Nah, but see, I had thought this is what they were gonna do. I thought that they were gonna use Ayumi's death to bring purpose into Yu's life, into Otosaka. It's Otosaka, yeah, Otosaka's life. And that her death was gonna mean something. It was gonna mean that he was gonna stop being a douche and a dick, and that he was going to use that death to be like, all right, she died by using her powers, so we not only have to save them from the government, save them from these people that are trying to take them into the research facility, but we also need to save them from themselves. And I thought he was gonna turn into like a really passionate, driven person from that point. That would have been just a thing. Which, I mean, it already sucks because his character development is terrible, absolutely horrendous. Because what should have happened, only 3 episodes left. I think I can start saying this stuff definitively at this point. What should have happened, his character arc should have been over by now, or almost over, you know, except for some final end of hero journeys type stuff. But he should have been a complete a-hole, and he should have been the jerk that takes advantage of people, and takes control of them, to, you know, to cheat on tests and to take advantage of girls and to do this and that. And he should have been that asshole that didn't care about anybody, but you could tell he had a sweet side because he loved his sister. And he took care of his sister, and he loved her, and he cared for her. So you know that he's not just a horrible person. He just has a problem with empathy of people that aren't of his same kin. And that should have been his character. And then through time, as I mentioned in the last podcast, he should have grown into like learning to appreciate his friends and learning that there are people out there like him and that care about him. And this problem goes beyond himself, because he thought he was the only one with the power. That now that this power has responsibility with it, and then that he needs to use that power to help other people come out of that you know, using their powers selfishly, then oh my god, then his sister dies. See, his sister dies, and then that would transform his entire outlook on life, and he'd no longer be the a-hole anymore. He wouldn't be the fucktard, the asshole that takes advantage of people. He wouldn't be selfish. And every time he'd go out there to save people or to help people, he'd remember his little sister. I'd even accept if they went in so bold as to say that, like, they found somebody like Yusa that could summon dead people, and maybe she talked to him through that power. Oh my god. I mean, it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. Then Xanis, you said collapse is such an awesome and menacing name for a power. I really like that. It wasn't something like destruction or destroy. Xanis, you basically just quoted the anime right there. Isn't that what they said? Or they said, I hope it's not like destruction. No, wait. No, I'm pretty damn sure that you just quoted the anime, Xanis. Come on, man. Be original. You stupid. Oh, and also, the intro. Do any of you remember the Connect demos that they had back in like E3 of 2011? And you could like, there's one, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. There was this one Connect demo that like, it was like music, and you could touch the music things and they'd like bubble out. That's what the Charlotte opening reminds me of. And then only 2 more things to note of this episode, I think, is her kicking out, Tamori kicking him out of the window. That made me laugh, I'll admit. I chuckled. Barely. And then the second thing was the box cutter. I mean, I guess it could be threatening, especially to like a little girl, but box cutters, they're meant to snap. Like, they're meant to break in segments. I mean, the worst you're gonna get is like a cut. You might bleed, but I don't know. I don't think that's that menacing. A box, I guess if you stabbed with it, maybe, because it wouldn't break so easily. But come on, it's a box cutter. Come on now. Xanis, what, the kicking him out of the window? No, what was funny, I never got a slide for it. But in one of the episodes, one of the last ones, when he goes back in time and he has that girl Medoki, the brother had had Otosaka fall asleep, and the little sister too, so they'd forget about him, and he falls into the counter and he smashes his head. That was hilarious to me. That's pretty much episode 6. Not much happens, just pretty much continues the story by killing off Ayumi. I wish he was dead for good, but you know, you never get what you want in life. Oh, and then he tries to go in and save her, and then, you know, it smashes him, and then he gets into a coma and all that good shit. What? How did this get in there? I didn't know I had some pussy pictures in here. What in the hell? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're so cute. So, episode 7, emotions of depression, fascination, and thought. Now, in episode 7, I might be reading more than usual because I can't read my whole paragraphs and get them out that quickly. So let's see what we got here. Episode 7, which one was this anyway? This was the one he finds out his sister is dead. And looks like we get some more character development that he misses his sister and all that stuff. But it's the depression episode. I mean, I should just slide through the pictures. It's the depression episode. I love this. Okay, this one is my favorite episode. I take it back. I said that 6 and 7 wasn't that great, but actually 7's really good because I just say it in my notes. Let's just get into this here. So, we get a glimpse at like the raw potential of this anime through this episode, and this is what I was talking about just now, talking about the last episode, that they could have gone so much deeper. I mean, considering the target audience, what was it? It's considering the target audience, I don't think that it would dive too much deeper into like the human condition than what it already did. But they could have, I guess, if it was for a different audience. It's more like the Steins Gate audience. You know what I mean? But when Otasaka wakes up in the hospital, he finds out that his sister died in the collapse. And ironically, it's by her own accidental doing, which could, if he found out, which he knows it was her because she had the collapse power. I don't know why they didn't address that. Nobody talked about that it's like this is her dying in that collapse was her fault. By accident. That could have been such a great motivator. It motivated me to keep watching. So this pushes him into collapse, into a type of collapse, and it's like a nihilistic depression state, which is the catalyst for this whole episode. Now, because I had underestimated Charlotte at this point, I am inclined not to again. I was inclined not to again. I thought, like, alright, I underestimated this. I didn't think they were going to kill her, but they did. And so this episode, I was like, alright, this is going to be good, so I better not underestimate it. Which it was good, but I should have underestimated Ayumi's death. So, what did I say here? Inclined that Ayumi's death is permanent. Now, this is acting as a motivational and emotional drive throughout the series, which it doesn't, but that's what I thought in my notes. Now, as I said, I would like this episode to have been a character development for Otasaka, changing him fundamentally, but it didn't. After she comes back... Oh, no, not even after she comes back. After, what's-her-face? Yusa. After Yusa talks to him, he's fine. He's like the same dude. He's like, okay, I'll stop being depressed. I have friends. And he's back to his normal self. No character development. He doesn't have any more of a drive than he had before. Except going back in time like he ends up doing and knowing what's up, so he's like more astute. So I'd argue there's been little to no character development through the whole episode at all. And if this series had committed to Ayumi's death, I would have increased it. I would have increased my overall score. But they didn't. So my score is going to go back down. And, I think I'll probably say right now, there's some good episodes. I'd probably have it like at a 6.5. Only because I'd have it like at a 7 or a 7.5 if they had kept Ayumi dead and they didn't have that stupid baseball episode. But because of those two garbage things, episode like maybe later 2 and 3 and 4, they're not good. And so screw that. You wasted like an hour of my life. Minus point. No more for you. And Lee said, what do you say here? Nah, he wasn't gonna stay with her originally, but since she made him eat that food his sister made for him, he wanted to. Wait, what did I say earlier? No, he wasn't gonna stay with her originally, but since she made him eat that food his sister made for him, he wanted to. What, he wanted to stay and hang out with the friends? But Lee, no, Lee. Come on, no. His attitude is the same, though, if that's what you're talking about. His personality is the same even after that. He shouldn't be this. He should be a different person. He should be a completely different person. I wouldn't even mind him being depressed for the rest of the anime, but this should have affected him. Because maybe his sister is back, but she still died at some point in his memory. Like, that death, that emotional pain should stay with you. Yeah, you know what, Lee? I see what you're saying there about shoving the breakfast gag. I guess that was important, but it was very annoying. And so it is not justified. Excuse me. Now, when Otasaka falls deeper and deeper into a depression state, when he falls deeper and deeper in that, when he leaves town and he leaves his life and everything, we're treated to some of the potential of his power used in combat, which I thought was pretty cool. And the artists and writers of this anime, particularly this episode, they present the innate goods and evils of the humanity, of the human soul, very well, and it's always a treat to see that and to reflect. I always love animes that, like, that's the other reason why anime is so good, is because a lot of these writers, they're really good at capturing their human condition. You know, they're really good at like, if a real person with all their goods and evils buried inside of them, if they had this situation, these powers, were in this situation, they'd act this certain way, and they don't hold back. And especially like this anime, that's what you do. I mean, that's what he should have been doing in the first place, was kicking booty and stealing, just taking things. This is the Otasaka that I would have expected to see from the very beginning. But I guess if he needed to go deeper and he needed to get worse, I guess worse than this would actually be killing people. So maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. So do you say, nah, he was still affected. The anime didn't convey it well, but the idea still came through. I don't know, Lee. I don't know. I smell a little bit of bullshit into that one. I mean, if they didn't convey it well, then they didn't convey it well. They didn't show it. I feel like you feel like that, and you're projecting your emotions onto the characters, because I didn't feel nothing. Maybe I'm projecting. Oh my god. That could be true as well. What am I? And Lee, you continue to say, with those little bits where he was reminded of her and him trying to help out Nao's brother. Is that why he went to help out her brother? No! He always liked her, though. They always had this type of connection with each other. I can only assume, like, if he's a dick, and he wouldn't help anyone else, maybe his sister dying makes him a better person, and that's why. But it just, I don't believe that, because he's not. Maybe at most he's apathetic, and maybe that changed. Maybe he's not apathetic anymore, and he's more empathetic, and he cares a little bit more. But it's so subtle. It doesn't help the story at all. It's inconsequential to the story, I think. Xanis, you say it's pretty dumb that this episode can basically be skipped because everything that happened was negated by the end. That's true. But it was still very entertaining. Well, actually, no, wait, Xanis, I take that back. No. You needed to see this because he lived this. You need to see what the main character lived. Even if the actions of all the characters are now changed and negated and none of it means anything, his lived experiences, like see Ayumi dying. We didn't have to see that either because he fixed that. But we needed to see it because we needed to see what he went through. We needed to see and we needed to empathize with him because that's where we're living the story through, is him. So we need to know everything that he's seen and lived and felt and interacted with in order to truly feel the weight of the anime and what the story is trying to tell us. And Lee said that he felt the pain of losing a sibling, so he wanted to help Nayo. Originally, he wouldn't have done it if he didn't lose Ayumi. I don't know. From a writer's perspective, it seems kind of smart to... What does MW mean? I'm sorry. Oh, to me. I thought you were like doing like SMH, shake my head type of... it seems kind of smart. You know, it kind of does. It kind of seems smart. No, like, I'll give that one to you. I'll give that one to you. He does seem apathetic, and him saving her brother does seem out of the ordinary to him. Now, with all that said, though, I do wish this anime took place in a universe. Oh, I'm sorry. In a university. Here I go, trying to read my notes fluently, and I keep messing up the words. I wish it took place in a university and not... Are they in high... They're in high school, right? I wrote middle school. I can never tell with these animes, man. But, because kids are not developed enough to realistically be able to comprehend and navigate such themes. These ideas of, like, depression and suicide and taking advantage of people and all these, like, I mean, they can act it out, I guess, but I don't know. It seems like it'd be better if they were older. These kids are way too emotionally developed at this age. Maybe, well, I guess in high school they're like, what, 16, 17? No, they're not. They're freshmen in high school. Because they're doing adolescence thing. They're doing puberty. All right, Lee, what did you say here? Think about it. No one knows how people feel inside. Just like it seems like you don't know what's going on with you. But those little hints they give you show you he's... No. Blah, 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 don't give me all that shit, Lee. This is storytelling. You have to know what the character's feeling. If you didn't know what the main characters were feeling, or the main character specifically, most importantly, if you didn't know what he was feeling, you wouldn't enjoy the story. Because that's not storytelling. You wouldn't get what's going on. You wouldn't be able to empathize. The whole point in storytelling is to displace yourself and put yourself in the character's shoes and feel as if you are the character. So I don't buy that. That's bad storytelling if you don't know what the main character is feeling. Maybe you can do it in a subtle way that's like smart, like a foreshadowing way, I think. But I don't know about that. I don't know. Where can you view this anime, Cayman? You can view it on Crunchyroll. Or there are some other dastardly ways that you can do it too. A lot of people go to Kiss Anime. You know, I don't know if Kiss Anime is completely illegal, actually, because maybe in another country they have laws that are more laxed or something. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, I have Crunchyroll because I need it now that I'm watching all these animes. A couple of the animes that we've watched are not even on Kiss Anime or anywhere else, so I've got to get them on Crunchyroll. Plus, you know, being legal is the best way to go, I suppose. Xanu says, I'm not saying this episode should be skipped. I'm saying if you did skip it, you wouldn't be confused by doing so. Yeah, you right, Xanus. You right. You right. Well, I mean, just because you'd be confused doesn't mean it's a proper place it doesn't mean it doesn't have a proper place in the story, because it helps you personally connect with the main character. So you may not be confused, but you won't connect with the character as well. And so it's like character development, you know? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. What is it? Oh, no, it's Nick. I do need a co-host today. Nick, what in the hell? What's up, man?
I interrupt your live stream again to let you know something.
And that is my ass is gonna get raped.
You better not pout. You better not cry. You better not scream, because I'm going in dry. Anal is a habit, and for me it's a game. For me it's pleasure. For you it's pain. Sex is bad. It's a sin. It's a sin. And it's forgiven. It's sin. but it's time to stick it in. Roses are red and grass is green. Open your legs and I'll fill you with cream. And suck my cock!
Roses are red and grass is green, and I'm gonna fill your ass with cream. Something like, oh, open your legs and I'll fill you with cream. Oh my god, that was the best one. Dude, I think he's gotta like write these. Like his whole week, Nick's whole week is devoted to just like coming up with these long, over the top violations of words. Roses are red, grass is green. Open your legs and I'll fill you with cream. Oh man, we gotta get going. We gotta continue here. See, I don't know, Xanis. I never know with Nick, but it's always a pleasure to have him on the show for a quick little in-between segment. No, I think I covered episode 7 pretty thoroughly, but I'm seeing if there. Let's see if there's any slides that are worth pointing out here. Oh yeah, of course there is. Well, ones that I can see already. That's me every day right there, man. Depressed and alone, just sitting there dead to wake up to do what I have to do. Ooh, that argument was intense. Was this the girl I think that he was dating? I don't remember her name, but I think that was the girl he was dating in the other town, and she came to like check up on him, and he was like, "Don't tell me what to do. I'm an adult. I'm a man. Don't tell me what to do." That was intense, bro. The first way to take control of your life, clean up your room. A messy room, you can't do shit. And is this the thing from Angel Beats? Is this the Easter egg? I would assume so. I mean, she's got wings, she's got white hair, she's in school, she's got the arm thingies. I think this is it right here. Yeah, that's pretty much the episode right there. See, I told you I'd find it, Lee. No, I'm just kidding. I know you told me. Remember, kids, video games, they'll make you kill people. Don't play violent video games, children. They'll make you insane. I think that's about to cover. Let's get to episode 8 here. And I thought that was cool that she was invisible the whole time. I don't know why I didn't think about that. There was not a thing in my mind that was thinking that she could be following him. Whoa! How'd I get in there? Oh my god! Well, episode 8. I just don't know how my private collection is getting in the middle of these slides here, man. This is a treat for all of us. I'll tell you that. Oh my god. So, episode 8, Encounter. This episode, I felt... Oh, you know what? I think this one is my favorite episode of the 5 here. Episode 6 and 10 right here. 8 is the best. Well, 8 and 10 I think are my favorite. I might change my mind along the way though. But I felt emotions of softness, relaxing, beauty, and transcendence. Now, episode 8. Oh, I need to watch that again. You know, I want to find of Sarah singing. I want to get like her singing that soft stuff, like a soundtrack of that. I'm sure there's something online somewhere of that. I'll definitely say that the theme of this episode is definitely music. And how that music can tap into our heart and our mind as human beings. Music, I think, transcends languages. And I mean, I did like that Sarah sung in, she sung in English. That was pretty cool. Which is also cool because I mean, it's anime. Since when, how often do you get English speakers in anime? It's so rare. It just feels so weird to have them talk in English. You're like, what? You're like, what's happening? I can understand Japanese. And then you're like, oh, it's just English. Uh, but the anime, it opens with this. What is this here? Watching this music video. We are. What was the word I used? Where was it? I had a good word. Oh, we are mistreated to a music video, which I guess is supposed to be a retrospection of their friendship, of the team's friendship. But what after the music video, Tomorrow announces she has tickets to see Xiend. How do you say it? Xiend. Xiend. The following day. What, Lee? What'd you say? You're just now realizing this, Mocha? Do you not see how many BTS profiles are taking over the internet? Wait, behind the scenes profiles? Wait, you mean like, what? I'm confused. I don't know what you're saying. Now see, continuing the anime by fate disguised as chance, Otasaka meets the lead singer Sarah on the road that day, which leads into a series of transcending experiences. Wait, do you not see how many BTS Wait, it's a K-pop group? There's a K-pop group called BTS? Why do I care about K-pop, Lee? What are you trying to say? I don't give a shit about that. Don't need none of that. After you know what? Here's another thing. That noodle shop experience, that was funny. After the encounter with the funny waiter at the noodle house, which I pleasantly laughed at due to his voice and personality, Sarah does notice the recent loss on Yu's face, and she notices that he's been emitting this despair nonstop, and she asks him if he's lost something, and he says, "Yes, you're right, I did lose something." But here's another tricky thing too. Is after that they're on the bus, and she said, "This I haven't gotten to this point yet. This might show up in episode 11, 12, or 13." But she makes reference to like a foreshadow. She starts foreshadowing for him, and she's saying like someday she'll have to make a deal with God in order to get something important to him, which is how she lost her sight. Which I'm still fuzzy on what she lost, and because obviously she lost her eyesight. But what I meant was I'm fuzzy on what she meant, because she was like, "Oh, all I ever wanted to be was on stage." And be in front of a crowd and be popular and be famous and yada yada yada. And then she was talking about, well, it took a toll on me, and people were saying shit about me, and my brother got kidnapped for ransom and yada yada yada. And I just totally spaced out, man. But all that stuff, and then she lost her vision. So did she lose her vision because she made a deal that she was going to be famous? Or did she lose her vision to make a deal with not being famous? I don't know where that plays into. But at some point... What? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. When you travel through time, you become blind. What anime you should watch, Cayman? Well, I'll give you my top list. Have you watched Death Note? Watch that. Have you watched Ergo Proxy? That's number 2 right there. Have you watched Erased? That's number 3. Currently, we're watching that on Wednesdays. Have you watched Psycho Pass Season 1? Because Season 2 sucked. I don't even know there's a Season 3. I stopped caring after Season 2. Season 1 of Psycho Pass. Mwah! Magnificent. Masterpiece. What else is there? I do like Angel Beats, and I have never seen Moggy or whatever. You know what? Actually, I did. I saw an episode of Moggy. That was years ago, because my friend was forcing me to watch all these animes that I've never seen before, and I didn't enjoy myself because I just wanted to fuck her up the ass, and that's the reason why I was watching anime at the time. But yeah. Well, didn't get to watch an anime, but I had a good time though. Let's see, where were we? Oh, Lee, you said music transcends language. That's why my example being true about all the K-pop groups. Yeah. Yeah, you right, Lee. You right. Where are we in the episode here? The episode climax was when Otasaka thought bringing Sarah to Neo's older brother might help his psychosis. And in this scene, we are treated to a beautiful acapellic song sung by Sarah. And now, see, that song that she sings wakes her brother up, Neo's brother, from this psychiatric-induced fit of rage that he's always trying to compose music by screaming and tearing the blanket apart and beating it and stuff. And she sings so beautifully, and the moment was just pure beauty. And it was even more so because it was in English for us English speakers. It was amazing. I almost cried, man. I heard that, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I listened to it twice. I had to stop that shit, do it, and replay it. It was so good. Xanis, you said Shogo Makishima is the best anime protagonist, period. Was he from Magi? Or The Blue Exorcist? I think I watched an episode of Blue Exorcist. I didn't like it too much. However, I wasn't too into anime back then, and I watched it. I was scrolling through Netflix, I think, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to get into anime a little bit. And I saw Blue Exorcist. I clicked on it. The first episode I didn't like. But again, that was back when I wasn't too much into anime, so I didn't care to give it a shot, give it a fair try. Lee, by the way, this isn't a spoiler. Don't budge. It's like I'm trying to silence you and it's already written. Since you brought this up and it's never explained, but people believe that Sarah used to be an ability wielder because of her metaphors about her blindness in time. No, see, Lee, that's what I was saying. Is that when you go through time, you become blind. And I feel like her metaphor, her foreshadowing, maybe she didn't mean to actually foreshadow it for him, but it was a writer's way through storytelling to foreshadow it for him. Like, you know how the universe kind of tells you things through its nonchalant, malevolent ways, by seeing a star twinkle in a certain way, or seeing a shooting star, or getting hit by a car. But I think that it was a metaphor telling him that he needed that he was gonna have to trade his sight for something, and I'm predicting because of that, if that is true, because he stole the sight of his brother, and that makes you go blind, that is gonna be a Steins Gate scenario, where at the end his sister's gonna die, or someone's gonna die, and he's gonna keep going back in time to keep trying to save that person or save the team from an inevitable disaster, and he's gonna go blind doing it. And maybe by the time he's blind, he actually fixes it or something. I'm sure he's gonna lose his sight too. But beautiful song by this character Sarah, and the lyrics. I needed to write down the lyrics because they were so good. Let's hear. It was so slow, rhythmic. It was like a lullaby. She says, "Looking up high, found a steel tower, wondering how I would feel if I fell down. Was it a dream? I saw deep red, chasing for what's far ahead, always yearning. Don't know why, but the beauty I really want may seem to be awkward to someone's eyes." And I was wondering, is that refer to maybe a suicide as an escape? Or a type of silence from the noise? Or was it just simply how you, as an individual, may want something that others find weird, but to you it's truly beautiful? Because she says, you see a tower, wondering how it would feel if you fell down, and you seeing deep red. That's a dream, like you're jumping off the tower. You're leaping to your death on that one. You're seeing red blood everywhere. But then she goes on to say, chasing for what's far ahead, always yearning. Does that mean your chase is futile? And that chasing your dreams is like leaping off of a tower to your death? Cayman, I watch my anime on Crunchyroll. But I watch it at Kiss Anime. I mean, I preferably, well, Crunchyroll doesn't have English. Like, I feel like that's jacked up. You're paying, I mean, not a big amount. You're paying like $7 a month for Crunchyroll, and you can't do English dubbed. I think that's garbage. So when I want to watch things in English dubbed, I'll either go to Netflix like Lee says, or I'll go to Kiss Anime. But if I don't mind watching things in subtitles, then I'll go to Crunchyroll, because Crunchyroll has just about everything except for a lot of old stuff. It has mainly the new stuff, but again, if you don't want to spend monthly, then Kiss Anime is fine. Well, that's very depressing, Lee. You think she's speaking about suicide. What does that say about you and your emotions? You are mentally impaired. All right. Let's get on to episode 9. Oh my goodness. What a sweet surprise, little kitty. Having a good time on the boobs. Oh my god. Look, it's so cute. Episode 9, The World Is Not In Here. That's such a cryptic title. The world is not in here. Lee, that picture is inappropriate. Oh, where was I? Oh, I flipped the page. Here we are. Episode 9 felt shock, confusion, and wonder. But the world is not in here. That was such a weird title, and then it all made sense when he woke up in the research facility, which was weird because when he woke up in the research facility, it wasn't him going back in time. It was a dream. It was a dream. No, it was a memory. No, it was I'm confused. It was either a dream or a memory. No, it had to be like a memory because he was there. And then he went back in time. No. His brother went back in time. It's the present. It's the alternate reality is what it is. No. Oh, it was a memory because he remembers he was reading Steiner. No, it was a memory. You're right, because he remembers hearing the song, the music. No, it was not a memory because well, you could technically call it a memory because he lived through that and then his brother went back in time and changed it. So it's not a real memory like it happened in the past. It's happening right then and there, but it's like a faint it's like his mind is melded with the other reality. His mind is transcendently connected across dimensions to the previous timeline of his past. So technically, I guess you could call it a memory, but it's not from the past, though. Music does not transcend time and space, Dennis. Are you stupid? I'm just kidding. Transcends time and space. I don't know about the time thing, but space maybe. I mean, yes, naturally. How can music transcend time? What is this, the ocarina of time? Sing a little sun song? Sing a little what's the song that the song of time, naturally. Oh man, I need to play that game again, but I gotta beat Skyrim. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. Not that any of you go on my original channel. I haven't played that game in like 3 weeks. I feel like I have neglected my first original channel so bad. Anyway, getting on to episode 9. Let's get into this garbage here. Episode 9 does end up presenting a lot of questions, though. Wait, Lee, bruh, I still need to finish that. Why are the gold Skulltulas everywhere? What are you talking about, Lee? You never played the game before? Collect all of them. Okay, hold on now. Wait, why can't it be like in Ohm area? One area? When one area? Yeah, Lee. Just collect enough Skulltulas to get you the Giant's Wallet, and that's all you need. You don't need to collect anymore. Screw the other guys. Well, see, Lee, because Majora's Mask was stupid. Majora's Mask was poo-poo doo-doo. That's why. And Ocarina of Time is way better. Way better. If you need to find them all, go onto my channel and use my gameplay as a guide right there. No, that's probably a terrible idea. As I went in order. And, you know, there's some Skulltulas that if you don't get at a certain time... No, maybe that's not right. No, you just have to do a lot of backtracking is all. You can get them all, but you got to go forward in time, back in time, forward, blah, blah, blah. So, let's see. So, my only disappointment that it took so long for the show to reach this interesting point in the series. It took 9, we're the majority of the series. We only have 4 more episodes after 9, and we're just now getting to the point where we're getting some substance out of the series, and it's very upsetting to me, because I'm just like, it could have been so good, man. If they just cut out some of the earlier episodes, like maybe 2, 3, and 4, definitely 4 and 5, and definitely the baseball episode. All they needed to do was condense all of that into like 1 or 2 episodes, because of course I see now that we needed to have him take control of the people, because taking control of the people, he steals their powers by doing that. Wow, good thing that when he took control of that flying guy, that he flew before he touched the ground, or he would have killed that kid. Damn. Anyway, yeah, that's what they needed to do. Condense all those people in like 1 or 2 episodes, and we get the idea that he took control of them, so that when it's later revealed that he controls them, or that he gets their powers, then we'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But they overdrew it, man. They did way too much. Or they could have made the episodes more interesting, more development they could have done with the episodes. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of missed opportunities, I think. And so in episode 9, we go to that small concert with Zien. And I'd also like to note that it seems that Yu is attempting to live for Ayumi, but doesn't seem to have changed his motives at all, which I've mentioned it over and over again. I think at this point, what I think we could attribute it to, though, is I think it's a motivation, but only a motivation for him to not slip back into a depression, because I don't see him making any life-changing like statements like you know, like New Year's, like any resolutions. I had to say the whole phrase to get the last word. Any resolutions that he's made, and like promises he's made himself and to dead Yumi. But it only seems like his motivation is just not to slip in depression so that he can live for Ayumi at this point. But I digress. Back to the concert, though. At this point, he strongly feels like he hears the music when he shouldn't have. And this then launches him into another timeline. At the time, I was like, another timeline, dimension, I wasn't even sure. But somewhere where his sister is alive, and they're both existing in that research facility, and they're being experimented on. But it's not quite the same place as before, but it looks like the same place. I would at least say I wish they shortened these episodes to spend more time developing the last 3 episodes. They can't fit that in 13. Yes, Lee. You know how much they fit in... Oh, I was going to say in Steins Gate, but that was 25 episodes long. I think they fit... They fit more into Angel Beats, I think, than this one. I think there was a lot more in Angel... Maybe I'm tripping. I love Sarah's hair, too. You know what? I like Sarah more than Misa now. Sarah and Misa, oh my god. They're hot as me. Oh my god. So, in the end, this episode, we do learn that... Let me get on a good slide here. that made me laugh. I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting here trying not to laugh at this series and trying not to enjoy it because I shouldn't enjoy it, but I am actually enjoying it to some degree. But that made me laugh when he appeared and he screamed
into the situation because he was like in a different place. And then Ayumi, why? Ayumi just leans over and screams in his ear, and so he screams at her, and they scream at each other. That was funny. I'll give it. That was probably my favorite part in the whole anime so far. I'm not gonna lie. So, at this point, I had assumed I only could have assumed that Otasaka had more powers than we thought. And I even said that it was either that or that he could take other people's powers, or that the plot thickens and we just don't know enough about his powers. And so I had assumed that he could either jump dimensions or that he could time travel, or both. And the reason why is because he could take people's powers. And for whatever reason, they had ended up in a secret underground research facility for gifted children, or ability wielders, as they say in the subtitles. But the council, the student council, is no longer here. And then I was like, what's next? So I actually had predicted this. I feel really proud of myself. I had predicted that he could steal people's powers. Although it was a guess. It wasn't like I chose that one thing. It was one of the options. So, you know, give or take. Let's see if there's any interesting slides in here that is particularly interesting. Could say the ability that you possess, blah, 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 blah. Hurry up. Oh, okay, that's what, yeah, you can take the power. Okay, so I think I pretty much said it all about this episode. I like this episode. The reason why I liked episode 9 is because it pushed the plot into, it pushed it into momentum. It got it going, you know? That was sad, too, when he phased through the wall and, like, they killed him. They shot him up. That was awful. But, yeah, he finds out. I think, is it this one where he meets his brother? And he finds out, well, he already found out he could take powers. Oh, no, he doesn't meet it. He knows his brother in this timeline. And so he's on the chair, and he's tied up. And he finds his brother, and his brother's like, now, yada, yada. Now you know what to do. You know what to do. Anyway, so that's episode 9. So moving on to episode 10, looting. Oh my god, what in the hell is that? Oh, my collection is just overflowing. I want to go to the beach. Oh my god, wow. Man, I want to go to the beach so bad this summer, man. I remember we went to the beach late in the summer. And last year. And we had such a great time. We were like, damn, we got to go back to the beach. That was the first time I had boogie boarded in like years. And we all had such a great time that we wanted to go again, but it was too late. Got to go again this year. Lee said it's upsetting how they shot the guy, that one guy, like he's not a threat. All he could do was phase through walls so that death was unnecessary. Huh. Alright. Let's see here. Episode 10, the final episode. Pooh. Takahito's nickname is Pooh. His name is Poo Poo Doo Doo. Doo Doo Poop. Pooh with an H, as the subtitles say it. My childish giggles resembles Medoki's laughter after you calls him that at the end. I don't even think I have that in my notes, but it was funny. Medoki, she's like right behind Pooh, and he comes up to him, and he's like, oh, I know you. Your name's Pooh. And she starts to laugh, and she, like, hides behind him, laughing. Oh, shit. Anyway, finally, an episode that I feel didn't waste my time. That isn't to say the other episodes, though, in the series were lacking, but suffice it to say, they could have been better. Now, see, after learning of the whole Shinsuke's half episode long story of how they got here, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff, was revealed that you could steal other people's powers. And Shinsuke tasked him with the power, or tasked him with taking his power, going back in time because he was blind to save Ayumi, thus triggering the series endgame. Because Shinsuke couldn't. Well, that's weird. Oh, never mind. I was like, how can you take control of someone who's blind? But it's line of sight type stuff. Yeah, Shinsuke, his older brother, was blind because he traveled back in time way too much. And now you had to take over. Basically, what had happened. And so then he goes back in time to save Ayumi, and he does in this episode. Now, having to explain just about the entire series up to this point within one episode takes its toll in the easy consumability of the information and its complexity. Basically, the anime shows us many different aspects and concepts that seem unrelated for the past 9 episodes. Without warning. Without warning. Oh, okay, so that's what it's doing. So I had to read my notes to make sure I understand what's going on here. Basically, in this episode 10, the first half, Shinsuke, what's his name? Shinsuke tells his story for the first half of the episode and then explains it in the second half a little bit, kind of the third quarter, and tells them basically what's going on. And it's tough because he basically had to explain everything that's happened and why it's happened. And you're supposed to just accept it, because I feel like there wasn't a lot of hints, unless they did it really subtly. But they took all the concepts and aspects and storylines and plot things, like taking over people and taking their powers. They took all of that from all 9 episodes, and they mushed it together and just hit you with everything. I explained everything. And I do feel like it was a bit jarring at this point, because it wasn't like you slowly got to understood, or it wasn't that you got to understand in your own way or in your own time. It kind of just hit you at once. Like at the end of episode 9, he was like, all right, guys, I'm going to explain everything to you in a long story. And then episode 10 comes and boom, 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 and just slams you with all this stuff. And I felt it was a little jarring, and I wish they could have let you figure it out on your own within like 3 episodes maybe, and to make you feel smart and everything. But I would have liked to feel that the last 8 episodes had purpose and meaning as I was consuming them and their content, not just being hit all at once. And thinking back on it, that I think the content is great now that I see how it all fits together and is good. I think it could have been improved upon, and I wish that they kind of executed it a little better. Now, the fact that, Lee, you say that the fact that their brother rewinds time many times, I wonder how old he actually is mentally. You know what, Lee? I had that same exact thought. That he's rewinded time so many times that he's got to be so mentally old. Well, think about it, though. I mean, how many times did he go back? I mean, he went back enough to go blind. But each time he went back, he's probably like, what, 18 now? At least in high school, later high school. So he's got to be like 18. He went back in time to their age, to adolescence. So, what, 5 years a pop? And he's got to have gone back a few times. So he's got to be like 40. Not that big of a difference, I don't think. But he's probably like 40 years old. Somewhere around that mentally. Not too crazy. But, yeah, so that's his name. Pooh. Ha! The guy with the hair. Pooh. But overall... Oh, yeah, you know, I even forgot to mention. I don't even know if I have that in my notes. But he gets his power, and he goes back in time to save Ayumi. He ends up going back in time. He saves Ayumi from the girl. And you know what else I noticed, too? Oh, that was too far. Whoops. Where is it? I thought I got the slide of it. Hold up. Where is it? What in the hell? I don't have its slide. Where is it? Anyway. What's her name? Modeki? Medoki. I always get that name, those letters confused. Medoki. She in episode... Oh, that was episode 2. Way back there in episode 6? Yeah, no, it was way back there in episode 6. We see Medoki get out of the car. And she runs into the school and she shows her ID or whatever to the security guard. I think she's running to the school because this was just before Ayumi died, and we saw this girl, but we didn't know who she was. But it showed a scene of her getting out of the car and running to school. You don't know who this girl is. And what you're supposed to just be like, what was that? That was weird. She never shows up again. And then here in episode 10, we learn who she is. And when what's his name? Yu comes up and saves his sister, and he hugs her. You can see Modeki's head through this over the stairs, and she's like watching. So she watched Ayumi die. You shut up, Lee. I'm learning this for the first time. Don't give me none of that garbage. Oh yes, Mocha, smart ass. Damn. But yes. So that's how Shinsuke knew. Xanis, you say that this anime has the same problem that Angel Beats had, in that it would have been better if the series was longer, but without the filler. Yeah, I feel you. Now see that anime. Oh, that's on my list. That's like number 4 or 5. Another was 13 episodes long too, but that one was well fit. I didn't need any longer story than that. Both Charlotte and Angel Beats feel way too rushed towards the end. Yeah, I agree. And then Xanis, you say again, yeah, they're both good, but had the potential to be amazing. Yeah, I think that's a overwhelming consensus. But yeah, I mean, for these episodes 6 through 10. Oh, and I guess even though it's just me, I'm gonna start opening this up to Q&A. If you guys want to have that with just me, that's okay as well. But my overall opinions of episodes 6 through 10, I think 6 was good. No. It was 6 was good because Ayumi died, and it made me smile. But whoa, Lee, don't slap me. What? There's no time for that. Not now. I like to do that in the privacy of my own bedroom, please. Thank you very much. Not here in the public chat. That's raunchy. That's inappropriate. No, episode 6 was good because Ayumi had died. And, well, now that in hindsight, maybe it's not so great. 7 was great because we get to see his depression. Right, that's the one, right? Are you there in a little character development? Yeah. Episode 7 was great because I like the whole theme of it. Just being depressed and like running away from home and like delving into the human condition and seeing what a human would do like with those powers, and also like his attitude. Just, I don't know. It was very interesting to see him like collapse into himself. No pun intended. But it was awesome. It was cool. So 6 was 7 was great. 8 was a singing one though, huh? 8 was good for the music. So I liked 8 too. You know what? 7, 8, and they all were good. You never mind. 6 through 10 were pretty good. In hindsight, they were really good. I just wish, like I said, I wish that they didn't bombard you with the whole series on episode 10. I wish they had let you learn that stuff piece by piece over time through your own intelligence. I wish it wasn't just all explained to you at once. Because I feel like they didn't do much foreshadowing, you know? So far. But I mean, we still got 3 episodes to go, so it might redeem itself, despite those things lacking that I had just mentioned. I haven't watched Air, kind of blah 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, those are my afterthoughts of episodes 6 6 through 10. And I had a good time. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Yo Yo. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Yo Lee. Lee. This cat right here, that was my face. That was my face when Ayumi died. I was so happy. And then now here we are. What are my predictions for the last episodes? Okay, here's my predictions. Let me first answer Xanis. Angel Beats or Charlotte? At this point, Angel Beats. I still like Angel Beats better than Charlotte. Just because I like Angel Beats, I felt had an underlying theme of music, and I'm an audiophile, and so I really loved that. The heart beat being the music beat and all that stuff. I don't know. I felt that way. But predictions of what's gonna happen next. So I was kind of right with Steins Gate. But let's see. What do we have so far? The research. And then he had to go back in time. He saved the Yumi, took her powers. Older brother's blind. He owns the school and the research facility. What's the threat right now? Hold up. Let me look at my notes. What is the threat right now? He just saved her. That'd be together. Oh, man. Actually... You know what? I don't think I can predict anything right now because everybody got saved. He saved the Yumi. He's no longer in a depression state unless for some reason they caught him using his powers out of town. But Jesus, point within the episodes. Well, I mean the only direction they can go is that they get found out by the government. That's the only direction they can go from here. That's the only source of I feel like something happened because I was like the show's getting on a roll now. Unless that was episode 9. But episode 10 he saves her and we find out that Otasaka has the loot ability. So he has a buttload of powers. Yeah, that's the only foreshadowed outcome there could be is that the government's going to find out that the school protects those children and it's going to come in and ransack the place and try to take them away. And then Yu is going to whoop ass with all of his powers and then he's going to have to choose to save somebody. And oh no, I haven't had my promos going. My bad, guys. My bad. And he's gonna have to choose to go back in time to save somebody, and he's probably gonna lose his vision, just like that girl Sarah, while he tries to go back in time over and over again to save somebody. Most likely Ayumi. But he might, well, who knows? Maybe since Ayumi's already had her day in the sun, maybe they might kill Yusa. No, not Yusa. The Invisigirl. What's her name? Fucking A, dude. Tamori. Might kill Tamori, and then he has to go back in time over and over again, lose his sight to save her. Other than that, Lee, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I am stumped. Next question. You think Charlotte is better, Xanis? Get out of here, you poo-poo. You poo-poo, dude. You shithead. Who are you calling Pinhead? No, I'm Dirty Dan. Where's James and David? No, I have not explained that. I mean, I could tell you the whole story, but I'll only tell it if you guys really, really want to know. But it all started with Cinco Disaster. But David is home today. I mean, I don't know how bad I'm going to ruin his pride here, but he's basically home depressed. Yeah, you know, he's just asleep, depressed. He doesn't want to get up. He's mad. I don't think he likes me. He's so mad at me. Oh, my goodness. It was hilarious. Well, he don't like me right now. He's pretty mad. And then James, he's also mad. I think he was annoyed with me because we all convinced him to play Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. We whooped his ass, and he hates that game. And also it's bad, too, because he broke up with his girlfriend on Cinco Disaster, among many other things. And so he's in a terrible mood. And he's out, like, car shopping with his family or whatever. I don't know, something like that. But I also think that he doesn't want to spend time with me today. Neither of them want to hang out. And, but, oh, man, Cinco Disaster was... I had the time of my life. Okay, Cinco Disaster was, I had a blast. I mean, we drank, too. We had Jim Beam's vanilla whiskey up in here. We had Jack and Coke, man. We had watermelon vodka. Watermelon grape juice. So fucking fun, dude. I had a blast. I was the only one that had fun that day. And was probably busy inviting my folks. Well, I don't know what you mean, Lee. What's the next anime after Charlotte? Assassination Classroom. Yeah, I agree with Lee. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But either Assassination Classroom, Cowboy Bebop, or Kill la Kill. One of the three. Xanis still need to watch. Yeah, well, hey, watch it with us, Xanis. We'll watch it together. 5 episodes a week, man. Keep it fresh. And then you can join us in the discussion and stuff. And be fresh and not knowing. It'll be fun. Did you already request Noragami? Let me open up the list here and see if you did. Fact members. Yeah, you did suggest Noragami. Yes, you did, Lee. Yes, you did. And, let's see. If you can make your own original superpower, what would it be? I don't think you can make an original superpower, Lee. I don't think you can, because that doesn't sound right. Every power you could possibly imagine has been conceived. Do you mean like a superpower with like a... Maybe like from Charlotte, something that has a problem with it. Well, mind control would be fun, but that's a very obvious one. That's too hard of a question. Your own superpower. What could I say that no one's created? The ability to play video games with my mind. But that's going to happen eventually. So, I don't know. I would you know what superpower would be lovely? Not having to eat. If I could give up eating for... No. If I didn't have to sleep. If I could sleep it on my own free will. That would be a superpower that I could dig. Lee, you said... You asked, you just said, you guys have bad luck with women. I wouldn't say that. Lee, you have bad luck with women and men. You shut up. Don't you want to talk? Be quiet. Watermelon tastes so good. I know it does, watermelon. Dude, this girl at my work, she got so addicted to watermelon, she would just bring bags of watermelon, cut up watermelon squares, to work. And I work at a restaurant, so, you know, you got fridges everywhere. But in like the main fridge that we use to put like salsa and like things you need like on a busy schedule, she'd be hogging up the fridge with her Tupperware full of watermelon slices. But they were delicious. I haven't watched Fairy Tail. I know there is a very sexy girl in it that I liked one time. I think there was a Fairy Tail movie, I think, that I watched. And again, I haven't seen Fairy Tail, so I can't answer that question. Cowboy Bebop streams will be interesting. Why will they be interesting, Xanis? Was there nudity in it? Well, I mean, not that we're doing it live, so it's not a problem anyway. Best advice anyone ever gave to you. Best advice you ever given to someone. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna. Oh, I've gotten so much good advice. Wait. Does the advice have to come from somebody I personally know? Or is it just like best advice I've heard? Damn, there's so many good stuff out there. One that comes to mind particularly is is I don't know quite how to phrase it, but it's there are two types of incomes. There's a linear income, and then there's leveraged income. Which one do you want to be? Which one do you want to have? And I think that some of my best advice that I've ever been given in my life has come from my network marketing experience, to be honest with you. Damn, well, I mean, some good stuff that's like, that gets you, that I hold with me. I gotta think of an advice that I was given that I keep with me every day, like that keeps me going, and I'm trying to think of it for you. Best advice. I'm gonna have to think on that one. Best advice you've ever given to someone else? You know, that's hard to say because nobody ever follows my advice. So I don't know if it's good or not, because if they don't follow it, I don't know if it's good advice to them, you know? But my best advice would probably be to the advice that I've given to James about not taking bullshit from certain women and to stand up for himself and to, I don't know, to just self-validate. That's a good one. To self-validate and not seek validation from anybody, and not to worry about what other people think, and that ultimately you are in control of your own life. Oh, that's the best advice I've ever been given. Is that if you, by taking the responsibility of your life and your actions, you have the power to change them. Because if you always shift the blame to someone else or something else, saying, well, you know, I can't do this because I don't have this, or this, someone is stopping me from being successful, or someone's stopping me from doing this thing, that I'm sorry I'm stuck on this question so long. I see the chat going, but I'm got to finish this question. That if you assume not the blame but responsibility of your life, and you take full agency over things, that you have full control over your destiny and your reality. Other than things that are out, like obviously physically out, like you can't, if you're a short Asian dude, you can't be in the NBA. It's not going to happen. And if you're not an intelligent person, you're not going to be able to be a scientist. It's just like, but things that are within your physiological and intellectual capacity, as long as you take responsibility for your actions and what happens to you, you can control pretty much any outcome of your life. And I think that's the best advice that I've taken or given. I'm going to answer these questions so quick now. Okay, what's your inspiration? My inspiration, what do you mean inspiration? To life? My inspiration is to make enough money to be alone and not to be messed with, and to just enjoy my life and teach other people how to just be happy and just not hurt other people, I guess. I don't know. Did you watch Infinity Wars? Because I don't feel so good. Shut up, Lee. I did watch Infinity Wars, and that meme is too long. I'll do you one better. Why is Infinity Wars? Or why is Lee? That's what I should have said. Why is Lee? Not having to sleep would be the best. Yeah. I would have... shit. Well, hold on. Where was I? Not having to sleep would be the best. I already have that superpower. Gotta say I'm here, but I just can't stay for long. No problem, Retro. I'm glad you showed up. You keep your Mocha Member badge. A lot of people seem to like that one speech you had last time about divorce. How do you know if a lot of people like that? I haven't seen no comments on that. That was a long time ago. And either one is fine. JK, all the homo. All the homo. Cowboy Bebop's just a really good show. What are the Legendary games? What makes Legend of Zelda games awesome? The lore. The lore makes them great, because I'm going to be honest with you, the gameplay mechanics of Legend of Zelda games are not that great. It's the lore, and it's the age-old story of the princess and the hero. However, Zelda kicks ass. She's not like Princess Peach, who is a defenseless princess, which I'm sure they're trying to change that, you know, being all modern and progressive and whatnot. But Zelda has always been always been a very powerful princess. Yes, you have to save her because Ganon's just more powerful than the both of you separated. But Zelda kicks ass. She got those light arrows and the light magic. She's an amazing heroine. And then you got Link, the other hero, and they're just two sides of the same coin. And when brought together, they vanquish the essence of evil. It's the perfect story. You've got the hero of, you know, whatever, hero of light, hero of time, hero or whatever. You know, the hero of whatever it is. And then you got the hero of light, or the princess of light, which is Zelda, or the goddess, the god, really. She's a god. Goddess of light. Versus just the essence, the pure evil coming together, and the power of three. You got the Triforce, power, courage, and wisdom. So you got power of three right there. Oh, it's like they all hold one piece of the Triforce. I'm not gonna get all into the lore, but it's a perfect story, man. That's what it is. Do you consider the Boondocks anime? No, because it's made in America, right? I think. Xanis says, what makes Legend of Zelda games awesome? The sense of adventure and exploration and being a badass hero of time. Well, you can't just say hero of time, Xanis, because Link is only the hero of time twice. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Other games, he's not the hero of time. So, hero, well, I get what you're saying, though. Like what I was saying, hero of whatever. But adventure and exploration, a lot of games have exploration and adventure. And I guess a lot of games have the storytelling elements that I mentioned above with the Triforce and the power of three and stuff like that. But I agree with you, Xanis. I agree. If me and my friend, me, David, and Isaac Malachi were talking about this on Cinco Disaster. We were talking about what would be the best Zelda game, and I was thinking what we need the look and feel of Twilight Princess with the gameplay mechanics and open world of Breath of the Wild, but with the story of Skyward Sword. Mix those three games together, and you will get the most perfect video game you could possibly imagine. And oh, Lee, you posted on Instagram? Shit, I haven't been on Instagram so long. I try to get on Instagram, and I like to see those little things you post. I appreciate that. Man, I gotta post my little segments, but you know, I've been so busy working and not focusing and procrastinating, so I'm sorry. But that's cool. I need to check that out. Favorite Mario character? Mario? Is that fair? I don't know. I don't have a lot. I don't really like Mario. You know, I'd like to think I'm a Mario fan because I love Mario 64, but I think it's more nostalgia than anything else. I don't think I like Mario at all because I don't like any Mario games. None of them. The only one I like is Mario 64, and I never got to complete Mario Sunshine, so I have no opinion on that one. But every Mario game I've ever played mostly are side scrollers. All of them end up being side, since Super Mario Bros. And all that stuff for the Wii and all that. I hate all of those. Those are all garbage. And then you have Mario 3D World, which is trash. And then there's Mario the Switch version, which was okay. I mean, it's just like Mario 64. So it was good, but I think it's all nostalgia. So I don't have a favorite character. Do you wish you were a kid again? Yes. I do wish I was a kid again because I wish I was a kid again knowing what I know now, because you always think as a kid, like, man, when I grow up, I'm going to have money. I'm going to do all the things I want to do, and I'm going to have fun and do this and that. But then you grow up and you slave away, and I don't call having a job slaving away. As much as I hate working, it's not slaving away because you're getting paid for it, okay? But, you know, you work at a job all day, and you get paid barely enough money just to have a roof over your head and food. And then you got to go back to work the next day. Where's the fun? You know? Oh, man, that just leads to so many problems in society today. But in the essence, that's one thing that drives me. You know what? That's another thing. Attaching that to what drives me, what you asked about earlier, is wanting to be a kid again. Never forget what it's like to be a kid, and always have that kid in you, the sense of hope and exploration and just love for the unknown and wanting to enjoy life. Because if you can't enjoy life, what's the point? What is the point? If you can't be a productive member of your community and give something to better humanity, which betters yourself in the long run, and you don't have fun doing it, there's no point in life. There's no point in life. And you have to have the ups and downs, because without the downs, there's no ups. And so the whole struggle in life, that's what makes life great, is because you struggle through it and you persevere and you make it. Anyway, I digress. That's what pushes me to be on the entrepreneur side of things, even though I'm a dumbass and I have to work. I feel like I have to work harder than anyone else. You know, that's how it feels in life when you're trying to be successful, because you have to be the top 5% or 1% of your society to be successful, to make your own success. You have to be on the top tier 5% of society, because if you weren't on the top, you would just be average. You'd be average like everyone else. So to be better than everyone else, naturally, by merit, you have to be better than us. Anyway, so for me, I want to be a kid again, and that's why I try so hard, why I'm trying to start this YouTube thing, and I don't even have my full, believe it or not, I don't even have my full attention to YouTube, because I'm trying to get my finances figured out in other areas of my life to get money and revenue in so I can quit my job and be more free and have my labor, my time spent gaining revenue and profit and income spent more flexible, so that I can have more free time to be a kid again and to go to the beach whenever I want, boogie board and have a good time, go paintballing when I want, go hiking when I want, wake up in the morning, wake up. Well, I remember one of my mentors, one of the people that would help me out in life, he would tell me, don't you just want to get to the point in your life where you don't wake up by the alarm clock, you just wake up when you open your eyes? That's what I want in life, and I want to be so flexible with my income and my freedom to just be able to be a kid again, enjoy video games, go out and have a good time and laugh with people, and not have to share in the depressive conversations with people. I'm sick of hanging out with Jackie Gray, James, and all we ever talk about is how much we hate life and how depressing life is and how terrible life is and how much we want to kill ourselves and how much we hate people. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to be able to talk to people and be like, yeah, man, tomorrow I'm going to go have a good time. Anyway, I digress. Let me get back at these answers here, these questions. Do I wish it was a kid? The dumbest movie you've ever watched? All the scary movies, those first come to mind. All the scary movies out there, those are garbage, and epic movies, those are trash. Dumbest as in funny? I don't know. For some reason, Nacho Libre came to mind. But dumbest movie, there's some really dumb ones out there. What was it? I can't remember recently. I know there was one I did not like recently. I can't remember. Favorite Minute Maid drink, if you drank some. I thought Minute Maid only came in lemonade. I only ever drank Minute Maid lemonade. Do I like these questions? Oh, I love these questions. You know I'm chilling right now. Well, without the F-tards here to be retarded, I'm just kicking back, relaxing. I mean, the streams usually last 3 hours. I don't know. What do you guys want me to do? Because I finished early because there's no banter between me and the guys, and I'm sorry that I couldn't stretch it out to the 3 hours. But whatever you guys want to do, let me know. Or if just move on once the watchers go down to none. Yeah, money is a focus, unfortunately. I mean, it's not money, it's resources. Resources is the focus of everything, because resources is what? It's food, it's clothing, it's shelter, it's warmth. Everything you need to leave, it's resources. Money is just the note that the government gives you saying that it owes you resources. And that's why we need to go back to the gold standard, but not getting back on that, I digress. Everybody wants resources. The more resources you have, the more you can enjoy your life and live in luxury and share it with people through charities and whatever you want to do with it. It's your money. You worked for it. You worked hard to produce something that people wanted, so they paid for it. So now you get to do whatever you want to do with that money. Give it to the poor. Keep it all for yourself. I don't care, because I'm going to make my own money. I don't need yours. Retro Kraken, do you ever think of me outside of streams? Oh my god, you gay ass faggot. Of course I do, Retro Kraken. I think of you all the time. Most of the time it's James. Isn't Retro such a faggot? That's most of the time right there. Oh, Xanis, you don't agree with me? Maybe a Scary Movie was good. I don't know. I don't waste my time on stupid movies. Like when they're stupid or people tell me they're stupid, I usually don't watch them all the way through. And I have a terrible memory. I have a repetitive memory, or repetition based memory. Like if I see something, I usually can't remember it unless I've seen it multiple times or done it multiple times. Lee, you ask, if someone gave you access to a lot of money to get you where you want to be right now, would you take it or work for it instead? Well, the natural human condition is to take. We all want to be lazy. It's natural for people. That's what progresses society. We all want to gather resources in the most lazy way possible. We all want to do the least amount of work for the most amount of profit. That's why companies are always charging the most their product can hold in a market. What's the term for that? The most the market can bear. Companies are always charging for the most the market will bear for their product, for the least cost of labor and resources to build it, and all that stuff. So yes, of course I'd take the money if someone was handing it out. I mean, if someone freely was like, hey, here's $1 million because I want to invest in your company, and I think that Mocha Fantasy is going to be a big channel someday, and I'm going to invest all this money, of course I'd take it because they gave it to me on their free will. I don't care. I have my own agency in my life. I don't care what you do with your time in your life. As long as I come out on top without hurting anybody, then you handle you, I'll handle me. So yeah, I'd take that money and I'd invest it, and I'd make 5 times more than that the next year. Every month I'd duplicate that. Fuck yeah, man. Xanix, you're still on that movie, Scary Movie. You know what was funny? Scary Movie 1, yeah, that was the one where they made fun of Scream, right? The movies Scream were pretty trash. And wasn't Scream supposed to be a comedy? I heard that somewhere. It was supposed to be a comedy on scary movies, but people took it seriously? Something like that. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Horror movie you thought would be scary but turned out funny? I just mentioned Scream. Man, I've watched a lot of horror movies in my day. Does this count? Tucker and Dale. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. For some reason, I know that is a comedy movie and it was meant to be a comedy movie, but Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I remember that so vividly. Me and my friend John, we were spending the night back in high school. We were hanging out. And it was late at night, and we were like, dude, we need to watch a scary movie. And we were shifting through Netflix, and we saw Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And for some reason, we thought it was a legitimate horror movie. And we had no idea that at like 15 minutes in, we were like, oh fuck, this is a comedy. And it turned, now it's my favorite comedy horror movie. Excuse me. I missed Xanis's thing up here. Did you watch the Steins Gate movie? I'm sorry, Xanis, I didn't. There's too much. I'm watching too much stuff already. I don't have time between watching yoga ass shows. I gotta watch Charlotte and I gotta watch Erased for the midweek show, and then I'm supposed to be playing video games in between that too. And then I'm sorry, man. I'm just making excuses. I need to watch it. I already told you my favorite color, Lee. It's cyan, light blue, baby blue. Least favorite color, poop, brown, like a muddy purple maybe. I don't know. Purple's a good color though, but when you mess it up, it's just wrong. Cabin in the Woods. I like that movie. What is the value? What is it you value most in life? Probably my time, my personal time. If you waste my time, we're no longer friends, and I will hate you for the rest of your life. I value my time. But what do I value most? I mean, maybe. What do I value most? Yeah, my time is probably probably up there. Time is money. If I'm going to spend time on something, I better get paid doing it. Or at least get some type of investment back into my life. I think that's a good answer. That'll suffice. Something you can't part with? My computer. Yeah, for many reasons, more than one. I cannot part with my computer. There's very little things, very few things that I think I can't part with. I'm pretty much indifferent about most things in my life. I really don't care about much anything. I'm really indifferent. So, I mean, I guess you could add money to that. But like I said earlier, money is just basically resources. And I wouldn't want to part with shelter. I wouldn't want to part with, you know, warmth and a place to live, clothes and all that. But fundamentally speaking, on a funny level, I guess my computer, or a high-powered computer, that is. I thought it would be scary, but I ended up laughing. You, Lee! Don't give me none of that shit, Lee. It was scary as fuck, man. Almost pissed my pants in the theater. Favorite chips? Doritos. Not spicy Doritos. I don't like that shit. What's the worst food I ever tried? Oh, it was that solidified air looking stuff. I was at a sushi place and there was like, it looked like jello, but it looked like solidified water or like solidified air. It was super weird. It was like clear, but it was like foggy, and it looked like squid, like a jellyfish. Like it looked like a jellyfish, but like compressed into a box, and it had some like brown powder on it. I still don't even know what that brown powder tastes like. I don't even know what that was. That was gross. Retro, when's Assassination Classroom? If we watch that next, it's going to be the week after this upcoming week. So not the 14th, but the 21st. Favorite snack? Man, y'all are full of questions today. What in the hell? You curious motherfuckers. Favorite snack? The snack that smiles back. Go fish. Cheez-Its? Cheez-Its are good. I don't have a lot of favorite snacks, to be honest with you. I used to. Cosmic brownies were good back in the day, man. Not real cosmic brownies. But you know what I'm talking about. Good times. How much sleep do I get? Well, I try to do 6 hours of sleep a day. That's preferable. But sometimes I find myself, like, if I get really inspired to, like, work on shit, sometimes I might get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and then I'll, like, take an hour nap in the day, like an hour or two nap during the day. But then there's sometimes when I do that, I do 4 hours of sleep a day, and I fuck myself over for, like, a few days like that. When I have a day off, I'm like, oh, you know, I'll just sleep in a few extra hours, and I end up oversleeping, and then I'll sleep, for I don't know, 12 hours, 14 hours. Some days when I fall into a deep state of crippling depression, the longest I ever slept was 18 hours, I think. I know that I was approaching 20. That was a good time, man. You started hallucinating and shit? That was a good shit, man. Am I afraid of clowns? No, but they are creepy. I guess by definition that I'm afraid. But I'd be afraid if they were trying to kill me. But no, I do not have an irrational fear of clowns. Do I read books? Oh, Xanis, I hate reading more than you possibly could imagine. I would rather work than read. And that says a lot. I've read a couple books. But, I mean, no. I don't even listen to audiobooks. I do not read. I am trying to read through a book right now that I've been trying to finish. It was the one I was reading in the pre-show, in the hot mic show, where I just turn on the stream and I'm just doing what I normally do before the stream. I was reading that book, so I read that. But no, I do not read books. I bet it's boring. Those Mockingbird, what was that? What were those movies? Katniss and all that stuff. Those movies were terrible. If so, physical or digital? Oh, no, neither. Yeah, Lee, I probably do get more sleep than you. You know, it seems like I work a lot, by what I say, but in reality, I do not. I have a lot to do, but I'm a heavy procrastinator. My answer is gross, Xanis? What answer did I give you that I don't like to read? Books are amazing. It looks like I caught up with you guys with your stupid-ass questions. Would you do Mocha Fantasy 3 instead? Watching anime? You're reading manga? I don't think that would be interesting at all. Who would want to watch me read? Who would want to watch me read manga? Favorite poop? What in the hell? What kind of question is that? Oh, you mean like solid or juicy? Or moist? That's gross, man. Wow, people watch you read. That's a good idea. I want to read creepypastas. But not enough time for that. Top 10 league question? How am I supposed to remember what Lee's asked? Oh, God. That's disgusting, Retro. I guess, you know... solid is nice. Because it's nice, you know, when it's all over, it's said and done. It's nice to get it over with. But diarrhea is hilarious because the sound... You know? The sound is great. Oh gosh. You know, as much as a fart kink that I have, I think poop is disgusting. Poop, burps, and throw up gross me out. Well, burps not so much, but if you burp in my face, I'm going to be completely irritated. I will not be in a good mood. But if you fart in my face, I'm probably going to be laughing my ass off. That's really weird. Hey, you know what would be kind of cool? What if I did a contest? Who could design the best Mocha playing card, the Mocha Fantasy playing card? And they could like submit it. And then if I choose you, you get gold membership for the month. When you're in the bathtub, though, like you're taking a bath, and if you get up, it explodes. What do you do? What does that even mean? Well, Lee, you're gonna be the only one participating, and for only one participating in the card. What would it have to contain? Man, maybe I should send... Well, I guess if you want to participate in the competition, then you need to hit me up on DM. Like on YouTube's direct message or Facebook or Instagram, so that I can send you a picture of a template of what it needs to have. And then you could look at that template, and then you could design like where the words go have to stay, and what content is on there has to stay, because it has to be it's basically Pokemon cards, really. It's basically Pokemon, but it has to be compatible with the board game that I'm making, because I want to play this with my friends. Not board, well, it is a board game, but it's a card. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, and it's like Dungeons and Dragons meets Pokemon, and I need the cards to match that game I'm playing. So you guys would have to keep everything the same, all the numbers and certain things. But as far as like colors and stuff, let me just switch this to. But as far as colors and stuff and designs, then you could do whatever you want. But that's what it would have to match, you know? YouTube DM don't work unless you have their contact number, I thought. Oh, well, that's weird. I guess no. Then I guess you'd have to DM me on Facebook then, or Instagram. Which I only use Facebook for messages anyway. By the way, can I call you on Skype and show you what would happen if Mike... No, Retro. No, you cannot. How about post it to your channel and then send me the link? Lee, oh my god. What? What did I say? And then Retro, tell the speech? What speech? I don't know what you're talking to. You were typing. Favorite anime scene, favorite movie scene. Man, that's too complicated. I don't know about that. Favorite anime scene? Oh, hey, you know what you could do if you wanted to see the template of the card? Why don't you just screenshot this right now on your phone or your computer? Just screenshot right now, then you'll have it. Then you could send that image to me somewhere. I don't know, somewhere. Oh my god, I do not have a window open. Oh, don't look at it, don't look at it. No, Lee, no. You cannot be allowed to participate. Remember, I was typing really hard last time. I was a special guest, and I said I was typing a speech, but I went to the store to get bananas, and you ended the stream. Dude, I didn't think you were gonna actually go get bananas. Why don't... Well, I'm sorry, Retro. You missed it. You gotta become a Mocha member again before you can do that. You know, one of my favorite anime scenes that I always reference, not always reference, but that one episode, it's not even a scene, it's an entire episode. Oh, it is a scene, but it encompasses the whole episode in Ergo Proxy when Vincent and Riel were, and Pino was on the ship, and they were just flying through no man's land trying to get to the next city, and they were trying to get to the next city. The whole episode was just them having like an existential crisis at what makes you human and what is an android, and like and Vincent was like talking about how much he's in love with Riel and stuff. And then he had that one scene where they were sitting and talking, and she was staring at him. No, they weren't talking. Like she comes into the room and she's staring at him in her like she's wearing underwear, like nightgown or whatever, and she's like looking at him all seductively. And he's like, oh, she's staring in his mind. He's like, she's staring at me. Oh, what do I do? Oh, she's so beautiful. And like she goes up to him and she looks like she's about to kiss him, because there was a bit of sexual tension because they were stuck on this boat for days. So they're like, it looks like, you know, they're about to get it on because they've been stuck with each other for so long. And he's like, should I kiss her? Is that what she wants me to do? And she leans into him. And then she like plucks his hair off his chin. Like there was this straggle hair that she thought was gross. And she plucks it out of his chin and he screams, and it broke the moment, and it's so funny. It was hilarious to me. So there's that. No, Retro. Lee, yeah, you can join the next stream. Just remind us. Where is the subscriber count? It's below. Can't you see it, stupid? No, I'm just kidding. I had turned that off a while ago, and I just never turned it back on. Do you want me to turn it on for you? Just for you, Xanis? Is that what you really want? What you really, really want? Yeah, what happened to Rosie Rose? She don't like us no mo. I don't know. Rosie Rose, my sweet baby, she's gone. Russell, you fell asleep. Just got back up, by the way. What was that call? Fuck lube. Really? My favorite song. You know, I don't have one favorite song. Bohemian Rhapsody. That's always a good time. I don't have a favorite song. Usually my songs, they go in and out. Like I slowly get... My favorite song right now what is that song? Where is it? It's by the Red Elephant, I think. Elefante or something like that. I mean, there's so many songs that I love right now. You have no idea. I love all music, man. I don't even have a favorite. But my favorite song right now is damn it. The Sweet Life. The Sweet Life by Swedish Red Elephant. That's a good shit right there. What anime are you talking about? I'm talking about Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy. Let's see how many subs you got. Currently I have 103. We just broke 100 the other day, which James was talking about. We should have done like a special 100 subscriber episode where we put on suits and like we're all fancy and stuff. That'd be cool. We need to do more subscriber specials. We have to. Let's see, only 5 people who watch the streams. I know, man. I can't seem to get more than that. I don't know what to do, man. I gotta like strip on camera or something, you know? Well, in reality, I mean, right now I am just coasting. There's so much more that I could be doing that I have in mind that would make this and my original channel so amazing, but I'm coasting right now because I am lazy as fuck and I am procrastinating in my other life goals that I need to nail down. I need to nail down my life before I can focus on YouTube to make sure that I have a stable environment to which to grow my subscribers, if that makes sense. So let's see. Yeah. Next week or on Wednesday we have our what's it called it? We have our afterthoughts on Wednesday. And I still haven't finished that Samus video too. Oh my god. Samus Aran, fuck me in the ass. But next week we're gonna be finishing Charlotte, the last 3 episodes. Probably won't do something special. We'll see. We'll see if David and James are back. I don't know. James seems to have a good time on the stream, but I think that he might not. He's not in a good place right now. But David, I don't know if he'll be back. Anyway, next week we'll be back to finish Charlotte. And if they don't join me, I'll figure out if I can come up with something really interesting to do on the stream. And also remember that well, Channel 1 I haven't posted anything to Channel 1 in like a month, but I usually try to stream video games, and right now we're streaming. I'm streaming Skyrim special editions with mods and graphical mods and stuff, which I'm trying to stream more often. I'm cutting it down to 3 hours a day, maybe 2 hours a day, just so I can get it going. But anyway, there's that, and then the Samus video coming up shortly. If I could just draw on her in her delicious zero suit bathing suit thing. Oh my god, that's gonna be a fun little project. Oh man, Lee, that's a dream of mine, Lee. I remember saying this 2 years ago when we were just thinking about this stuff. I was like, dude, that's a dream of mine. I want to be animated. I want to be like the Game Grumps, and I want to be animated by somebody. And I think that would just make my day. That would be hilarious. All right, well, I think I've said my piece. I think it's time to end this thing. Is there anything that I need to address or to? Oh, you know what I didn't say? I didn't say what the extra privilege was. Although I think we all know what extra privileges are. and how to get them is you just get 3 friends like Lee did this stream. Lee, you're too early, Lee. Lee, stop it. Like Lee got her 3 friends on this stream. So if she didn't already have extra privilege, she would have gotten it today. Extra privilege meaning that your anime suggestions go to the top and stall till 3 hours. What do you want me to do, Retro, for an hour? Some good video games we could play. Let's all play some video games, guys. Come on, let's go. I was thinking about just going straight to play Skyrim after this. So maybe if I get on, not likely, but if I get on, you can continue hanging out with me. If you check out my original channel, hopefully I'll be streaming tonight. You can come join me on there, ask me any questions you want. We can continue this lovely conversation while I play Skyrim on the other channel, channel number 1. But yeah, extra privileged anime suggestions go to the top. You get to come onto the show, and be a part of it and talk with us, and talk with us about an episode. At least one episode of notes. You can come and join us. But if you're really enjoying your company, we'll have you on for longer. Yeah. And then soon there might be an extra gold privilege. Wait, some advice? Did I ever mention that I'm here because Lee? Oh, because Lee recommended you. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. That's why Lee has just automatic privilege every month. So you say, Mocha, some advice. Communication is key when it comes to conflicts. Are you talking about me and David? Me and James? Oh, I'm communicative. Don't trust me. That's not a problem here. No, it's nothing. It's nothing between him and me. Maybe there is. I know that James is upset with me because he doesn't like my advice. There's that. And then David is upset with me because I just like having a good time. And David is a depressive person who does not like to joke around. But of course, this is extremely biased because it's only from my point of view. But from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. No more questions. Pro Mare, that's a new name. You came in at the very end of this shit. I'm sorry, man. You came in the last second. All right, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me. This would have been incredibly boring without you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will be better. You will be better. Fuck off. Peace out, dudes.